Hey guys, welcome back to Alliance Tournament 16. I'm Elise Randolph, joined by Black Bar Pirate. We've got Castabouts in red and Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation in blue. And your eyes do not deceive you. Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation took just 5 ships. That's all they felt they needed. Just a bunch of battleships and a Northrus. What about the Castabouts?
CASTABOUTS has brought what's probably a little bit more of a balanced team, bringing 2 battleships, several battle cruisers, and 2 logistics frigates with a bit of tackle and ECM. But it looks like everything's going already, and the Bargest of Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation is webbed down by the CASTABOUTS Hugin, and they are applying damage to it quite quickly already.
So this Mac from the wormhole from the blue team is kiting away really fast. He's actually getting incredibly close towards the boundary, but everyone else from his side is essentially just staying still and getting zonked on by this Castabouts team. It looks like Wormhole Poverty team is trying to kill this Blackbird, but the 2 frigate Lodges from the Castabout side are actually keeping it up just fine.
Oh, and the Wormhole Poverty Bargest is now grappled down by looks like the Navy Megathron. So I don't think it has a lot of life left in this world. It's going down quite quickly, and that Macarial has decided to turn around and is now heading back in. So I think that their kiting tactic, they might have actually prevented themselves from getting screened, and they seem to be going down towards the Deacons. So I don't know. I mean, the Bargest is going to die right here, but they might actually be able to kill both of those Logi frigates since they were able to get completely past the entire Castabouts team.
So the entire Casabouts team, bar 1 or 2, have a full flight of armor rep bots. So unless these Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation people can get a smart bomb on one of their battleships and shoot it off, these frigates are probably going to rep for quite a while. We see them plinking away at this Blackbird. The Blackbird is getting low for the Castabout side. Appears to have no successful jams. Obviously, those little jam markers that you see are potential jams. And this Orthrus is actually going down super hard. It got tackled by a Navy Megathron, which you hate to see, and there it goes.
Yeah, and I think the Wormhole Poverty, they've decided actually to kite past, and now they are on the other side of the arena. And Castabouts is having no damage applied to them, really, besides that Blackbird, who is being able to be held up quite fine just from the 2 Logi frigates. So Orthus is dead, and now there is not really a whole lot of things that Wormhole Poverty Law can do to them.
Yeah, so Castabouts are a kind of a funky group in the Alliance tournament. They all play from the Center for Advanced Studies, an NPC corp in New Eden, and they essentially this little group of players have played in Syndicate for as long as I've been playing Eve, and they've actually. Obviously, they don't have the toughest opponent here right now, but they've actually been pretty impressive in the Alliance tournament in the last 2 or 3 years. They've really stepped up their game. And this setup, it's the third or fourth time we've seen a Hyperion in this match. What do you think about just seeing Hyperions in the Alliance tournament again?
I feel that, it's as a battleship, it has a lot of self-rep abilities, so they can kind of survive for a decent amount of time, but they actually have a very large amount of potential damage and several mid slots that they can use for utility, so as well as utility high slots. So it's really it's a really good jackknife. It can do a lot of things okay, which I think just because of the way our rules are set up this year, having versatility and flexibility is so much more important than it ever has been before. And it looks like that the Wormhole Poverty Law Foundations, they've kind of gotten on top of the Blackbird, and they're okay. One of them just MJD'd out.
Oh
And
yeah, the
Nightmare
Nightmare
MJD'd
that was
away.
tackled by this Navy Mega actually MJD'd out. So he's got a local MJD. He wasn't sitting on a beacon, so now he's 100 kilometers away. These Castabouts teams, they're very close ranged. Even though this Nightmare is still taking a little bit of damage.
Yeah, he just saved himself though. He MJD'd out at 20% armor. I mean, they don't have Wormhole Poverty doesn't have any ability to rep, so the Nightmare just he bought himself quite a bit of time. There's very little damage going on to him now, and they're gonna have to. As you can see, Castabouts somehow they weren't able to hold him down, and now they're having to burn all the way over towards that Typhoon fleet issue of Salamari. So for a little bit, Wormhole Poverty has been able to keep some DPS off themselves, but they really need to start applying some to Castabouts if they want to turn this around in any way.
Yeah, you can see very low applied damage from the Castle outside. That's because they're all blaster fit, so they're all very close range fit. The linchpin right now is this Hugin, flown by Red House. He's the one that has to tackle these targets and keep them pinned down long enough for the rest of his team to catch up. It's been actually pretty slow going, a little bit sloppy from this Castabout side, and we'll see if this Fleet Typhoon flown by Salamari is going to MJD himself to safety.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering they might. The Nightmare might have been able to self MJD. He was pretty close to a beacon, but I think regardless, I don't know if this Fleet Typhoon's getting away here. He's pretty pretty well held down.
He does have the IGC skins, or at least he's looking really good while being held down. And I'm not seeing an MJD effect right now, and he's entering structure, so he's a goner.
Yeah,
Technical term, goner. He's down.
technically dead.
Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation just with a Mac and a Nightmare, both of whom are webbed by this Hugin, keeping them nice and slow for the rest of the Castbouts team to charge in and get some tackle here.
And they are doing that. They're actually burning straight towards that Nightmare right now. You can see all the damage drones are heading out. They're all moving straight towards them. And actually, the Macarial just MJD'd away. Sorry,
Oh, there we
for the
go.
Macarial,
Yeah.
but he's free again, too. So I'm wondering if the only reason that Fleet Typhoon didn't MJD is because he was actually facing towards the Edge of Glory and he was trying to not kill himself. So
All right, so this Nightmare, which had MJD'd to safety earlier in the match, has completely regened his shield. He's got a little bit of a shield rep going on, but he managed to motor all the way back in towards the center of the arena. He after burned 100 kilometers to get back in, probably regretting that decision right now, as he finds himself the target of the entire Castabout squad, and he is unable to apply that much of his damage. Castbouts have this massive defense bar that's passive EHP, so it's not really active, but you can see how huge it is compared to what Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation has. Foregone conclusion pretty much as this Nightmare. He's not going to get another MJD off, though it looks like he might be trying.
yeah, I really don't think he's got a chance now. They're done. And the Macarial is just happily kiting around the arena and doesn't have a care in the world right now.
Yeah, I'm watching this Navy Mega that's just like kind of zooming by, overshooting his target. He's a full 15 kilometers away from the Nightmare. He just flew right past him. A little bit of execution misplays, but it's not mattering for the Castbouts. They're going to get a clean sweep, though perhaps if they faced a full team and not just half a team, they might have been a little bit more hard pressed.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Macarial, and I think that not only is he orbiting the beacon at 70, I think he's also not shooting at all. Okay, he just started firing again as he got close. It looks like he's autocannon fit, so for the range and the speed that he's kiting, I don't think he's going to be doing very much from the range that he was at.
He might be able to try MJDing again, though he's pointing the wrong direction. If he MJDs at this angle, I'm pretty sure he's out of the arena, but he may set a new land speed record for going out of the arena. He is trying his hardest right now. He's at 106 kilometers. The Hugin has webbed him, trying to stop him from going out of the arena, but he's not webbing him enough. This Mac is definitely going to hit the edge of the arena. He says
he's turning. He might be trying to bait them.
Oh, this is the play right here. You sit at the edge and you wait for the other blaster team to kind of rush in. We already saw the Navy Mega from the Castabout side overshot his first target. So now, this guy Red Hand in the Mac, he's noticed that too. He says, you know what, I'm going to force them all to overshoot me and boundary violate, and I'm going to win this for my team. So props to him, sitting at 112 from the arena.
Demos is burning in very fast, and he hasn't started slowing down just yet. So, okay, Demos is playing it very, very safely. And it looks like he's cutting his speed a little bit, just to make sure that he does not boundary violate.
That's no fun.
Oh, maybe not.
All right, he's got a pretty tight over. The Demos is at 112. It looks like the Mac pulled in just a little bit from the edge of the arena, so unfortunately he's not going to be going anywhere. Let's see if he tries to initiate an MJD, just to just stunt on the Castbouts team, because his team lost. There he goes. He initiated an MJD. I think no, he's pointing correctly. He's gonna live.
Yeah, he's gonna barely live here.
Yeah, so he's gonna just stunt on these people and show what the potential that his team had, right? The potential is just to kite around, and it actually would have worked had it not been kind of garbage.
Well,
no offense to the Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation team.
Even then, I mean, having a Hugin too, like the ability to kite away from long range webs like that is just really, really tough. So they did pilot individually very well, but I don't think they piloted very well together as a team.
Yeah, so this Mac is kind of showing that he's a little bit better, and also showing the flaw of this Castbouts team. They don't have a single, as far as I can tell, Warp Scrambler. The Warp Scrambler is what prevents the MJD beacons and what prevents the MJD local effects as well. So this isn't going to be a clean sweep for the Castbouts, but they're going to be quite happy. I believe they were the underdog coming into this match. Most people had picked the Wormhole Poverty Law Foundation group. Not sure exactly why. This is, I believe, their first year in the tournament, and Castbouts have been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah, Castabouts definitely has a tournament pedigree. It's maybe not necessarily one of the stellar ones that we always talk about, but it looks like they're going to be moving on in the tournament, winning 77-0.
All right, and with that, the match is over. Castbouts win this one, and we're going to send it back to Ithaca and the boys in the studio.